Hello guys, I'm Vinayak from niftinayak.com. Now, as you all know, there is no intraday leverage which brokers can provide. So nowadays you are able to see how markets are working. It's very volatile. There is huge slippages. The intraday volumes have gone down drastically. Whatever. So as a trader, you don't have a voice. So you just have to adapt. So there are a lot of traders who have adapted and now they are taking money directly from the NBFCs. So can NBFCs give money to traders for trading in stock market? There is no rule which tells that. So it is a gray area. But traders and NBFCs are doing it. So now NBFCs are giving money directly to the traders. Obviously brokers are indirectly doing these arrangements, but they are making sure that they are not there in the picture. So technically from SEBI's point of view, broker is not supposed to do and they are not doing it. So it is like taking loan from NBFC. So NBFCs will give you the money for which they will charge a small interest. So that interest ranges from 13 to 15% per annum depending on the NBFC, company, amount and various things. So lot of traders are doing that in Twitter, Facebook, Telegram. You might be seeing lot of traders are posting their MTM screenshots where they are telling they made 4% in one day, 5% in one day. Most of them are using this method where they are borrowing money from NBFC. So for example, if your capital is 50 lakhs and you take a loan of 50 lakhs, which becomes 1 crore. Now, if you make 1 lakh profit in one day using 1 crore capital, they claim that on their actual capital, it is 2% because their capital is only 50 lakhs. On 50 lakh, they are able to make 1 lakh, which is 2%. But if you ask me, that should not be the way how it should be calculated. So if you are making 1 lakh on a capital of 1 crore, irrespective of whether it is borrowed or your own capital, it should be taken as 1% of the capital. Okay. Because you are paying interest to the borrowed money. Okay. Now, for example, if I buy a property in Bangalore or Mumbai, let's say I bought an apartment for 50 lakhs, where I gave for 10 lakhs and I took loan for 40 lakhs. Can I tell that I bought the apartment for 10 lakhs? No, right? Again, it's a debatable topic. So some people say that they can tell it is 2% of their capital, and some people say it is 1% of their capital. But in order to exaggerate their profit on social media, they tell that it is 2% of their capital. Anyway, whatever it is, many people tell me that borrowing money and trading in stock market is very risky. Okay. I am sure even you people might have heard this. Okay. And let me tell you what risk is. Risk is nothing but an imaginary line what you draw in your mind depending on your capabilities. And people who do something above that line, you consider them as crazy people. And people who fall below that line, you consider them as foolish people. So many people have told me also, when I told them that I am in stock market as a trader, they will be surprised, they will be shocked, they will be like, how can you be in stock market? Stock market is a risky place. You lose a lot of money in stock market. This. Anyway, I just tell okay and I move on. That is different. At the same time, I know a lot of traders. Before, when we used to get leverage from brokers, they used to trade in futures using the leverage money. They used to sell at the money and in the money options, which is very, very risky for me. Okay. But if you ask them, they say it is very normal. Okay. They do it every day, every week. So it was very common for them. And I have seen them when they make profit, they make a wonderful profit. and when they lose heavily. Okay, so it is not my cup of tea. So my risk level is way below that. I can't even think of doing that. Okay, so should we borrow money to trade? Okay, as I told you now, last few days back I showed my P&L statement on YouTube. If you have not seen, that link is there in the description below, you can check it out. I am not borrowing any capital from these NBFCs or banks or whatever. So whatever capital is there with me, I'm just trading with that, because now I am happy the way I have been trading. So I don't want to be over greedy and take some risky trades. And I have done all these kind of things in the past. Okay, but now I am not doing any as such. Again, trading is again a business. Okay, and in every business everyone borrows money, so there is nothing new in that. See, recently when Mukesh Ambani launched Jio, he borrowed money, but now Reliance is debt free. That is different. So when you are setting a business or when you are running a business, people do borrow money. But if you don't know how to manage the risk, it can be very critical. Okay, there is a chance of you even going bankrupt. Okay, especially in stock market. So whatever I'm going to discuss from now, I want to put a strong disclaimer. I am not suggesting any one of you to borrow money or not to borrow money. It totally depends on your risk appetite. This content, whatever I'm going to tell, is purely for educational purpose. Okay, so please do your risk due diligence before you take any major step. Okay, now let me just explain how borrowing money from stock market can be beneficial and how you can tweak it for your benefit. Okay, now let's say you have a capital of 25 lakhs with you. Now you want to expand your business, so you want to borrow money, and you have borrowed 25 lakh from NBFCs or bank or whatever. Okay, now if you see, the personal loan rate of interest is approximately 10%, which is what I have considered. Okay, so let me just show you that. So you can see here, this is a link from Bank Bazaar, where they are telling that the current interest on personal loan is somewhere between 9.6 to 11. Okay, so I have just taken it as 10. Okay, so now let's say you have taken this loan for 5 years. Okay, now let us see what is the interest which you will be paying. So let me just go to the personal loan EMI calculator from Bank Bazaar. So here you just type in 25 lakh. Okay, for the period of 5 years. Rate of interest, as I told you, is 10. Okay, so you can see that the loan amount is 25 lakh, the interest is 6,87,057, which is what I have put here. So the total becomes 31 lakhs 87,000, which you will be repaying at the end of 5 years. Okay, now this money, you open a bank FD, where we'll be creating a FD and giving it as collateral to the broker. Okay, so now here I have just divided it into two parts. So now we open a fixed deposit for 50 lakhs, where you have 25 lakhs of yours and 25 lakh of your borrowed money. So when you put it in fixed deposit, now you can see that most of the banks are giving fixed deposit interest approximately 6 to 7%. So I have just taken the middle one, which is 6.5. Okay, so now let's see the amount of interest what you get. So this is a website called Grow, where it is just a FD calculator. Okay, so here if you just change the value to 25 lakhs, rate of interest is 6.5 per annum, time period is 5 years. You can see that the interest what you earn is 9,51,000. Okay, so that's what I have put here. So the total amount what you get after maturity is 34,51,000. This is nothing but the sum of these two. Okay, similarly on the other FD also. So it will be a 1 FD, but just for understanding, I have created it too. I'll tell you why. So you have borrowed a capital of 25 lakhs. At the end of 5 years, you will be paying back the bank or NBFC 31 lakh 87,000. Where when you take the same capital and put it in bank FD, you will be getting an interest of 9 lakh 51,000. Now you might be surprised, how can I pay less and get more here? Okay, now that is because every month when you pay an EMI, a part of the EMI goes to principal and a part of the EMI goes to the interest part. So now let's say we are paying an EMI of 50,000. So initially out of 50,000, 10,000 will be going to principal and 40,000 will be going to the interest part. Okay. So in the second month, your interest will not be calculated on 25 lakhs. It will be calculated on 24 lakhs 90,000. Okay. So 10,000 will be deducted from your principal. So as you pay your EMI, the principal amount goes on decreasing. That is why at the end of 5 years, the interest what you pay by taking a loan will be 6,87,000, whereas the interest what you get is 9,51,000. But that is not it. As you all know, the fixed deposit interest is taxable. So you have earned an interest of 9,51,000, but on this interest there is a tax. So now I'll take the highest tax slab, which is 30%. Okay. So now the tax 30% of 9,51,000 turns out to be 2,85,000. Okay. So now after interest, you will be able to get 6,65,000. Okay. So you have taken a loan of 25 lakhs, put it at 10% per annum and put it in FD for 6.5%. You will actually be paying 6,87,000 to the bank, whereas you will be getting 6,65,000 from the bank. So the difference amount which you will be actually going from your hand is nothing but this minus this. Okay. So for just 20,000, or in the worst case, even if I consider this as double, okay, it will be around 40 to 50,000. Okay. Sorry. 40 to 50K. Okay. In the worst case. Okay. So by actually spending just 40 to 50,000, you will be getting a FD which you can use it as collateral with the broker. Okay. Now this much part is very easy. Now getting a loan from bank is not at all a problem. If you are having a good earning job, if you have gold, or if you have any property, you can pledge that and you can actually get this loan. And this is nothing but a process. You find a bank which will give you this rate of interest. You find a bank which will give you this rate of interest or more in fixed deposit. Okay. So doing this part is very easy. Now this FD will be pledged with the broker. The broker will give you the margin. The exchanges will give you the margin, and there is no haircut for FD. So you can use 100% of the capital for trading. So in this case, what will happen? Now, assuming that you make 2% return every month. Okay. Now you have a capital of 50 lakhs, which is 25 lakh rupees yours and 25 lakh rupees borrowed. You make a return of 2% per month. Okay. On 50 lakhs, 2% turns out to be 1 lakh. Okay. But you see that we have to pay EMI to the bank. So if you see this personal loan calculator, they'll tell you that EMI is approximately 53,000. Okay. Which is what I have just copied and pasted here. So, and if you are successful in making 2%, then with 50 lakh, you will be making 1 lakh, of which 53 will go to the EMI. So you will be left with 46,000. So I just take per annum. Okay. So every year you will be trading month on month, and if you make this consistently every month for 12 months, okay, assuming that you will not have any loss month or those things, and 2% per month is not a very aggressive target which I am keeping. Okay, you would have seen my P&L statement. I was able to make 7-8% per month. Okay, so 2% is not that difficult. Okay, but at the same time it is not as easy as we tell also. So if you can make 2% by the end of 1 year, you will be making 5,62,000. Okay, but this income you have to pay the tax. Okay, again I am just taking a round figure of all these things, and I am not considering all cases in this discussion. Okay, I am just giving you idea how things are done and how it can be done. As I told you before, this is just for educational purpose, so you will have to go to the minute details if you are doing this, if you are planning to implement this. Okay, so this is just for education purpose again. Okay, so you will be making 5,62,000 in trading, after which, considering 30% goes into tax, I am removing 1,68,000. So you will be getting 3,93,000 per annum. Okay, so after 5 years, it is nothing but this into 5. Okay, so 3,93,000 will be your earning per annum, into 5 will give you the total earning what you will have after 5 years. Okay, after, at the end of 5 years, when you, if everything goes smoothly, okay, as I told you, I'm just taking the best case scenario. So but in reality it doesn't work like that. There will be some months where you will have to take a loss, and at the same time there will be few months where you will be making more than 4 or 5% return also. Okay, so considering the average, if you make 2%, it's a wonderful trade what you can do. Okay, so now you can see that the total amount what will be left with us after 5 years. So you can see that after, at the end of 5 years, the amount which will be left with us is our capital, which is 25 lakhs, then our trading income, which is 19 lakhs, that interest which we get from FD, which is 6 lakhs and 6 lakhs. Okay, because this is on our money and this is on other money. Okay, so you will be actually having 83 lakhs at the end of 5 years. So your capital, which was 25 lakh, has now become 83 lakh in 5 years, which turns out to be approximately 232%, which is really good for 5 years. So on an average, you have made around 25 to 30% per annum at a compounding rate, which is really good. Okay, if you can do this. So this is how you can use the borrowed money for your trading business. But again, I want to underline the disclaimer very strongly. This is not a suggestion. You will have to do your due diligence before you do this. Okay, as I told you, this part is very easy. Taking a loan and putting it in FD, there is no risk at all. It will happen. But this part is where the risk involves. Okay, if you should be doing this only if you are a master. If you are not a master, if you are just getting started, if you are an amateur, then don't even think of doing this. Okay, so whatever I told till now was just for educational purpose, just to make you understand how people are doing it. Okay, I hope you guys understood how you can use borrowed money for trading. Again, this is just for educational purpose. Think 10 times if you are going to implement this. So in my discussion, I might have missed many things. So I did not consider the minute details. For example, when you are borrowing money, when you are taking loan, there is something called a processing fee, okay, which I did not consider in my example. And when you get money to your bank account, the bank will start charging interest. But if you want to open a FD, use it as a collateral with the broker, it's a process which is involved, which will take approximately another 10 to 15 working days, which means it will take approximately 1 month. So for the first month, you will not have any income, but you will have to pay the EMI. Okay. So these are all small, minute things which will be there, which I did not consider in this discussion. So it was just an overview, just to tell you how things can be done and how people are actually doing it. Okay. And you can see that the calculation what I did for 2% per month, I did not consider the compounding factor. Okay. So if you are doing consistently 2%, probably after 1 year, you will have huge capital which will in turn give you returns. I did not consider that. Okay. So you will have to consider all these things when you are taking this kind of decision. And yes, from outside, people will feel that this is very risky and all these things. But let me tell you, if you can do this for first 3 4 months slowly and consistently, it will give you, probably after EMI, you will be getting approximately 50,000 every month. So after 3 4 months of success, you can even afford a loss in 1 or 2 months. Okay. So yes, in on first month, if you have a loss, then you are going to be in problem. So you need to consider all these things. So I hope you guys like the video. Do like, subscribe and follow my channel so that you can learn all these kind of hidden tricks and techniques. Thank you for watching.